boy, here we go. One Piece chapter 1037, titled Shamrock Takes the Stage. Now, let me tell you something about this chapter. Now, you have everybody theorizing of who's stronger. Let me just say in the Friggerland bloodline, okay? Let me tell you something about the Friggerland bloodline. Well, if we have any other Friggerland bloodlines or relatives in this chapter, Oda, we might have to start ranking some of them, right? So here we go in this chapter. Let's get started. Let's get going, right? The key. Now, Rodo, Luffy, Nami, and Zoro arrived to the castle gates, basically, and all they see was a hole in the castle base, or a hole in the door. Don't know if this is the same place that the guards got where the guards got hit up at, which happened on 1135, right? So I don't know if they were guarding this specific location, because this specific location is where the key was. Don't know if that's true. Anyways, they all go into the castle. Luffy goes into the castle first and looks for the key, right? And everybody follows. Now Rodo drops some lore basically on this place. Now he says, well, not to brag, but this castle used to be where King Harold used to be at, basically, until Loki killed his father, and there you go. You already know the rest of the story, right? And Zoro says, well, this took some serious destructive power. Well, Rodo's response to that was, Loki is a monster, basically. And King Harold was renowned as a great warrior. This damage was inevitable and was basically unavoidable because of how... So here's my thing, too. Why did... If he was king of Elbaf, right? The leader or the matriarch or monarch, I wonder how easy the king was able to get killed, right? Because you gotta think too that being the king means you can't get killed that easily, right? So Loki, I'm pretty sure Loki ate the devil fruit too. But then again, you also got the king too. So we don't know how strong the king was back then. Or do we? Because, right? Anyways, Rodo says this place is covered with giant skeletons. The castle once had numerous guards. On that day, around 100 of them stood ready to kill Loki, but only one survived, Lord Darrell. After that tragedy happened, and coming to this site was forbidden. So 100 giants, talented giants by the way, was including that giant Lord Darrell was standing front line center. So you have 100 guards and ready to kill Loki, and Loki basically Rodo just basically ends up telling them, just like, yeah, he kind of laid us out, basically wiped us out clean, no effort, right? So low diff. Anyways, Rodo says it's a den for vengeful spirit, basically, and they arrive to a portrait of the king himself. Look above you, how nostalgic. That's a portrait of King Harold. Here's a picture. The man who tried to form peaceful bonds with the outside world, said to be Elbaf's strongest king. The strongest king got cut down by his son. Okay, if he's the strongest, he could have cut him down. And look at this dude. How would you get cut down by your own son? That you look like that. You look like you can like put somebody down. He look like he can leap behind you in this. Shoot, do that with one swipe of the sword, right? Those scars on his head mark where his ancient giant horns were before he ripped them out. Oh, I didn't know he had giant horns, right? Oh wait, the son has them. Anyway, he believed the ancient giants were relics from a war-torn era. Luffy says, what? Wait, he had horns? And Zoro says, what conviction? After the king's death, the country fell into despair. Sadly, the one with the biggest grudge against Loki was naturally King Harold's other son, Haruji. I don't know, Haruji don't look like... I mean, if he comes face to face with Loki, I'm just saying, if it's a devil fruit, if Loki has master destructive power as people claim, and he has a devil fruit that says a lot. And he's locked down with sea prism stone. That says a lot about how much of a danger this guy is, because who knows what this dude can do if he's been unchained, if Luffy let him go. So who knows? And Luffy, they both like, wow, what, really? He said they have different mothers before marrying the queen. Harujin was born to a different woman, so that's why. However, Elbaf would never have recognized Harujin's mother is queen in any case. So you remember when I said last time, last chapter, that her events led after the legendary hero died to Big Mom. So was the queen's death, was Harujin's mother, or was that Loki's mother, right? See what I mean? Because anyway, she was born in a different giant country, and Zoro was like, what does that matter? They were both giants, right? Roto explains they were both giants, but you can't talk when you humans kill each other all the time over land. And look, Zoro's like, well, shit, I playing with that logic, right? And now, he continues. They say having children with a giant from another land taints the blood of Elbaf, and not everyone. Not basically. They got rules in this base. So now Zoro brings up. So why did Harujin's crew, if you think he was tainted by blood, basically? Rodo says, well, and you see her Rodo and Harujin as children, basically. And this is Harujin's backstory, basically. Little tiny backstory. And it shows, you're such a creepy nerd, Rodo. And Harujin looks at that and says, this is amazing. You can draw sea charts? You gotta show me how. And Rodo's like, oh, Harujin says, let's be friends, basically. And Rodo's like, huh? Friends? Well, I never had that before. Finally, someone that doesn't bully me. And Rodo speaks up, goes out. Flashback, he says, well, technically, he was always so earnest and straightforward, unlike me. He never lived in a castle growing up. His father may have been king, but his mother was basically, I can't say that word because I can get it out, but it's basically she's like an outsider, yeah, and looked down upon. He endured a lot, still said this, one day I'm going to unite all the giant tribes. Different from what Loki used, but I don't know, right? And you just see back at the party, I'm gonna be king of the giants, basically Harujin said. Now, back to the land of dead. You have Gonko, one of the God's Knights, going on a frenzy. And Loki's looking pretty beat up right now while being chained down. So talk about kicking a man while he's down and chained up, right? Loki is basically gasping for air. And Loki says this, well, this is only because I can't move from this spot. Gonko says, we are offering you a chance at divinity. Bullshit. Who wants to work for something like Celestial Dragon? I would say do the same thing too. Anyways, most die squirming in vain, just for the slightest chance to attain such an honor. And like I said, Loki's rebuttal to this is, well, you can shove it where it doesn't shine, basically. And Shanks says the result would be the same even if it could. And Gonko says, you commoner. And all of a sudden she stomps and an arrow appears out of the ground and goes towards where Loki is, and it looks like this arrow too, because I'm going to display it. Because the arrow goes this way, so it goes right. Yeah, it goes right and up. And apparently she did this several times with Loki, apparently repeatedly. Anyway, Loki says, crap, well, not this again. Well, I already know what I need to do to avoid it. So Loki says, so you're just going to let loose a full speed hit to the right side of my face. Well, all I got to do is turn sideways and dodge it and tilt my head and shit. Gonko, well, got a surprise for him. Technically, that's not how our devil fruit works, even if you dodge it. So she says this, these arrows show the trajectory of my future. The outcome is unavoidable. Only I can stop it before it happens. So you can chalk up as another future devil fruit that's gonna broken as hell, but it's not broken. It's broken, but not broken. You know what I mean? It's avoidable, and if as long as you can like figure out his weak, there you go, right? And she just lets loose on what she said, what her devil fruit power did, and boom, bam, and uppercut him. Now, Google says, just say the word. Just say the word, Loki. That's all you gotta do. Just say it. Just say it. If you say it, we'll stop doing what we're doing, and we'll let you join. And Loki says, you fool, I refuse, or do the Goku, you fool, I refuse, basically. So Goku, not Go, wrong anime. Gonko just starts going, well, you know what happens when you do that, disobey, giving a last chance. Well, she let loose on Loki, and it doesn't look pretty for Loki. It's like you're stuck. He's back. For one thing, you gotta understand Loki's position too, or where he's at. He's been chained down at the lowest part of the world tree, which is the land of dead. Which you gotta understand where the land of dead is, and then you're in the frozen wasteland. On top of that, you are chained up with sea prism stone that blocks your devil fruit power and weakens you. Don't know how heavy those damn chains are or how powerful them chains, but I'm pretty sure it's enough to hold him down complete. And he can't fight back. Well, technically he got the animals, but what the animals gonna do towards a god knight? Come on now, really? So I'm just looking at this sharper side. Well, I feel bad for Loki because he's chained down to a tree, and if he wasn't chained down to a tree, that would be an interesting battle. Because first of all, we get a devil fruit, how Loki's devil go down, right? And then we get, man, now Loki is bleeding out, and Gonko is about to go for round 5 with Loki beating up on him. So Loki says, stop, enough already. And Gonko's like, okay, well, are you gonna join? Because I asked you 1 to 4 times. Is the fifth time gonna be okay? I'm gonna stop. But do you wanna join? Do you wanna become a god? And Loki's like, damn it. You'll pay for this. And you just see an arrow just loop back like a U-turn. And Loki gave the blood. It sticks his tongue out, basically. And you just have Shanks' twin brother sitting down. It's like, okay, so alright. I can't. And Gonko's like out of breath, basically, after all the beatings he gave to Loki, basically. Don't know how many minutes that took, but Lord Christ, save him. But Shanks, the twin brother says, well, okay. It's alright, Gonko. Let's change our tactics, basically. Contact marriage, Rijwa. And Gonko's like, now, side note, long ago, the savage warriors of Elbaf dominated the new world. Not every piece ends up being useful. I wanted to go about this more shrewdly, but I guess not. So, Gonko's like, well, not yielding even if it means death. Do we chalk this up as faith? And it is revealed, Shanks' twin brother, let's just say, fabulously, if the looks can kill, Shamrock will. Captain of God's Knights, world noble, Fergalin Shamrock, son of Elder Fergalin Garland, and God's Knight Gonko, Arrow Devil Fruit. It's her official Devil Fruit name that she was whooping on with Loki. So, you have Loki just like kinda don't like half and half unconscious and conscious, basically. Shamrock says the world government will bring them to heel no matter what. God's Knights have mobilized. So, we got 2 God's Knights mobilized now to Elbaf. So, it seems like, I will say this too. If Dragon was going to meet Shamrock and Gonko, comment down below if you think Dragon would have survived Fergalin and Shamrock battle between Dragon and Shamrock. Because let's be honest, if the world government issued an order to mobilize the God's Knights, and all of them just blitz at the revolution. That's not going to be a good thing. And if that happens, right? So if, like I said, if looks can kill, well, Shanks. Let's be honest. The beard gave it. The beard, and the hair. That long, luxurious hair of Shamrock. Let's be honest. And but I'll be honest with you. This man looks fabulous as hell. Absolutely flawless. And let me tell you something. That outfit fits him too. And he has the same kind of weapon that Shanks and Saint Garling has. Easy. When I say the bloodline is up there, well, I wonder what the Conqueror's hockey is gonna look like. Is it the same as Shanks? Because if it is, then that's the difference. But I also wonder too if this is why Shanks wanted to leave early. Because if Shanks left early or dipped out because his twin brother or someone more dangerous is kind of coming by, well, that'll explain it. These two are kind of like a major threat. So I kind of want to see Shanks and Shamrock go at it, right? But then again, if you like this not two-part chapter, but double chapter, comment down below and like and subscribe. And also comment down below if you think Shanks looks, or not Shanks, but who has better drip. Let's go with that. Who has the better drip? Shamrock or Shanks? And who you think is more powerful too? Let's throw that little suggestion in there too. Because in my opinion, I might have to go with Shamrock, but we haven't seen what Shamrock can do. That's why I'm saying it. Because if he starts blitzing the Straw Hats out the gate, then we might have a problem. Though Luffy might look at Shamrock and say, oh, that's Shanks. Wait a minute. And all of a sudden, Luffy gets a major beatdown. And Shanks might have to end up coming to help him. Though then again, you got Loki. So if Loki wants to help, if Luffy can get Loki to help him back with those two God's Knights, it's copacetic out here, right? That's a win-win situation. Though you got Loki out the chains now, so now you gotta deal with him, right? So thank you again, and see you next adventure. Laters.